Hola mis estudiantes. Today our topic is going to be verbs like gustar, verbos como gustar. So make sure that you've got your notes in front of you and let's go ahead and get this party started. Alright, so let's review our rules of gustar. Remember, our verb gustar does not function like a regular verb. If you also remember, gustar means to like. Literally, it means to be pleasing to. But if you go up to someone and say, your shirt really pleases me, sounds kind of funny in English, so to like. Alright, so remember, gustar agrees with the things or actions you are liking, not who is doing the liking. We use our IOPs to indicate who is doing the liking, so that me, te, le, nos, os, and les. And then we only use our two conjugations of gustar, generally speaking. We've got gusta and we've got gustan. So remember, gusta we use with an item, like me gusta el libro. I like the book. We can also use gusta to talk about something or an activity, like me gusta leer el libro. You also use gusta, the singular form, when you are given a list of verbs or actions, like me gusta cocinar, escribir, y nadar. So far so good? Fantastic. Alright, so then we've got gustan. And we use gustan when we're talking about multiple items. So for example, me gustan los gatos. Or when you're given a list of singular items, like me gustan el helado y el pastel. So that's a quick review of gustar, and we've got several verbs that follow the same pattern. So let's go ahead and go over those now. So encantar means to delight. Chocar means to dislike or to hate. Importar, to be important. Fascinar, to fascinate. Interesar, to be interested in. We are not going to use the preposition en or en in Spanish at any point when we're talking about interesar. And then we've got our verb quedar, which means to fit. All right. So let's just look at some examples. So, me encantan las sandalias. Okay. Why do we use an at the end of our conjugation of encantar? Because sandalias is plural. Las sandalias. So we have to have encantan. And then remember, we need that IOP, me, instead of yo. Alright. Nos importa regatear en el mercado de aire libre. How do you know importa is the correct form to use? Because we have a verb that follows regatear. Notice that we don't have to conjugate that verb with our verbs like gustar. Alright, so let's look at te choca comer frutas. Why do we say, notice that we've got comer frutas, frutas is plural, but we're saying, do you hate to eat fruits, not do you hate fruits. So that's why we're going to use choca instead of chocan. Now, if we were to eliminate, if we were going to cross out that comer, then yes, choca would then change to chocan. Te chocan las frutas. Alright, so we've got another example, interesar. A Marta le interesan la pulsera, el reloj y el cinturón. So notice we're going to use interesan because we're given a list of items. Also notice that we've got this a phrase. We've got a Marta. If I took out that a Marta and I just said le interesan without any other context, we wouldn't know who it is that we're talking about. So if we're going to use Marta's name, we have to use that personal a. We have to use that prepositional a. Or that prepositional phrase. That's what I meant to say. So our prepositions like a, we've got some certain rules that we have to follow. Instead of saying yo, a yo, we say a mí with an accent. And then a ti, and then we've got a él, a ella, a usted, or you can put someone's name in there like a Marta, a nosotros, a vosotros, or a ellos, a ellas, a ustedes. Again, anytime that you're given someone's name, then you're going to need to use that a phrase. So again, notice that yo has not even a spelling change, it's like a complete change. And then the two, there's no accent, it's just ati. Alright, so opportunity for you to para y practica. So go ahead and I want you to fill in the blank with the correct conjugation of your verb like gustar. So go ahead and hit pause and we'll check your answers here shortly. Alright, let's see how you did. Número uno should be fascinan because we've got libros de ciencia ficción. Jorge no le choca hacer la tarea. Again, it's hacer la tarea, so it's going to be, we've got a verb that follows. ¿Qué sabor de helado te encanta? What flavor of ice cream do you love? Nos gustan los fines de semana. Since we're talking about los fines de semana, it's plural, so we're going to use gustan. Same thing with número 5. We've got días soleados, so it's going to be gustan, it's plural. And then finally, les interesa practicar deportes. Since practicar deportes is an action, then we are going to use the singular form. You guys have a few extra sentences that I'm going to ask that you put together on your notes. I'm going to see if those are, if you've got that complete. So we will go over those answers when you get into class. Make sure you jot down any questions that you have, and we will be practicing verbs like gustar. All right, adios.